Before, it was a sense of something's wrong with me, something's missing, I'm different to other people. Couldn't relax. Very rarely did I feel good or did I feel happy. And knowing that I had certain patterns of behaviour, I've had eating disorders since I was a child, anorexia, bulimia, binge eating, and I knew there were coping mechanisms. But when life on the whole seemed to look okay, it didn't make sense that I would do that. I felt disconnected. I didn't feel whole. Something just felt off. I've just realised when I first came to Wholality, I couldn't cry, stopped being able to cry, didn't laugh. So I would just go through the motions where I couldn't cry, couldn't laugh, couldn't experience any emotion, almost as though this was disconnected from this. And it just felt as though I'd go from one crisis or one situation to the next. From that place of something's wrong with me, there was just constant searching, constant reading, watching things, doing courses. I felt pretty worthless. Never felt that I belonged, not even in my birth family. Didn't believe I mattered, didn't believe anyone cared. I never, from a very, very young age, I never felt seen, I never felt heard. And I felt it was because there was something lacking in me. Yeah, it was just like a treadmill. Get up, get on with the day, push that feeling of something's wrong away. That sense of there's more I want to do with myself, with life, but feeling you haven't got what it takes. So then on the other side, having had my one-to-ones, having studied the program and being where I am now, truly, hand on my heart, I can say this without a shadow of a doubt. I totally love me. And I didn't before. There was a lot of self-loathing going on and a lot of guilt and blaming myself. But now I can look in the mirror and say, I love me. I can be out anywhere with other people, women and ladies, toilets, look in the mirror as you're washing your hands. I used to look away. It's almost as though I didn't feel worthy of looking in a mirror when someone else is there, really hating what I would see or what I would experience. Now I do it all the time. I feel loved, I feel accepted, I feel I matter, I feel I belong. I feel I'm more than good enough. And my God, am I worthy? Just because. Not because of credentials or anything else, but just because I'm alive, I'm here. I do feel seen, I do feel heard. But more importantly, I love me, I accept me. I know I belong. I see me, I hear me. I'm not pushing, feelings, desires, and anything that comes up. I'm not pushing anything away. And wherever I go, whether it's somewhere I've been before or it's somewhere completely new, there's a sense of excitement and being present with what shows up without any of, what I lived before. I enjoy life. I really do enjoy life now. And I'm not judging me. I'm letting my heart guide me into what I want. So to kind of sum up, before, life was just about survival. It was hard. It was really, really hard. It was painful. I didn't want to be here. I couldn't understand how other people were living, laughing, having fun, going on holiday, where for me, going on holiday, why the hell would you go on holiday when I'm taking me with me? Nothing's going to change. And now I don't even need to go on holiday because every day just feels amazing because I throw myself into it, because I don't have that voice that is telling me, you're this, you're that. I just feel alive, I feel free, I feel incredibly grateful to have gone through the journey that I have and to be where I am now. I'm just so blessed. So I initially qualified as a life coach back in 2004. Through my journey, I've studied counselling, psychotherapy, NLP, hypnotherapy. I've worked with Samaritans, being clairvoyant, energy work. I used spiritual tools, the 3 principles. And then over time, I'd naturally found myself working with children of my clients. I'd find that no matter what modalities I'd kind of use, and that people would keep coming back. So they'd heal something and then they'd be back with something else, and it was ongoing, and it was really frustrating for me. Some clients would just sail through, great results. Others would be great, for example, with relationships, but not with money. Or if they were good with money, they were not good health-wise. So I didn't see anyone who seemed to have the kind of life that they wanted. And then just before Wholality, I'd had this sense that there was something else I wanted to do with clients, but I didn't know what. Coming to Wholality, how things have changed. I've accessed my own trauma. I've accessed what previously I would have called my own blocks, what was keeping me stuck. But through what I've learned, through my journey with Wholality, allowed me to help myself first. And through doing that, it's naturally, just organically showed up that when I am with my clients, we're integrating their mind, their body, spirit, just all of it. And they're shifting. They're shifting really, really quickly, really powerfully. And the testimonials that I'm getting just blow me away. They're thanking me for being a blessing in their lives. They're thanking me for the peace of mind that they have, for being able to travel around the world, be adventurous, and not have the worries and fears that they do. And that for me is what I'd always wanted. I didn't want kids to have the kind of suffering that I had as a child. I didn't want anyone to feel that they're stuck or they're trapped, and to feel like something's wrong or something's missing. And that's what I'm able to do. So everything I've ever done has brought me to this place. But the part that was missing, where I felt I can't help this client, I can't take them any further on their journey, or I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be doing this work because I don't think I'm making a difference. I feel I'm making a difference. But if I hadn't been on this journey, if I didn't sit with my own stuff that's showing up, I couldn't do that. It's given me something that's been, kind of been missing. So now I'm proud of the work I do. I love what I do. I'm comfortable sharing and talking about it again. Whereas at one point, I'd stopped advertising to clients. I'd stopped wanting to do the work that I was doing, because deep down, I didn't think I could help anyone. And superficial results, that's not why I got into this. I got into the work I do because of my experiences, my life, my childhood. I know everyone has their own journey, but if I could help even one person, even one child, not suffer, not go through that, that's what I wanted. And my journey of Wholality has allowed me to do that. But the results it's getting for my clients are just phenomenal. If I was to talk about actual physical or tangible results, I've got clients who were struggling in relationships, couldn't understand why they kept being attracted to the same person, not same person, but the similar kind of person, similar traits and ways of being treated. And then they'd always end up being used or being left. And now their one particular client is in a place where they're able to have beautiful, healthy relationships. They feel loved, they feel worthy, they feel valued, and they're not settling for anything less than they deserve. But as they've healed their trauma and they've upped their level of self-love, that's what shows up and comes into their lives. Another lady wanted to double her income. That's happened. Another lady's healed her relationship with her family, felt abused, felt put down constantly. This lady she's respected by the one member of her family who constantly put her down, without speaking to that person, without confronting them, without saying, this hurts me, please don't do this. So everyone that I've spoken about and the kind of results my clients get as a result of how my work with them has changed and my journey through Wholality, it's all their own inner journey. My client who was headhunted before she even put her resume out there, from people she's not contacted, for jobs she didn't even know existed. The clients who are being approached by people for a relationship without being on a dating site. So it's not that I'm working with these people and they are then going out and taking masses and masses of action, and the results are showing up. Yes, they're taking action, that's part of it, but it's the internal journey. And previously, I was able to help them to this degree, which meant that they were taking masses of action, but internally nothing was shifting. So it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So not only have I personally shifted and changed and everything in my life, but I'm able to actually support and help my clients in a way I couldn't before.
So what is it about Wholality that is making the difference compared to what you did before?
What I did before felt more kind of textbook, almost very, very fragmented, very compartmentalized. A lot of thinking involved in it, a lot of analysis, a lot of trying to make sense of things, a lot of me guiding the client in what the issue is, what the problem is, how we can resolve it. Now it feels like it's very much client-led. The client is going on this journey that I'm accompanying them on. But it's, I suppose in a nutshell, if I have to say, it's bringing them back to themselves through integrating all of their experience, bringing everything together, bringing their head, their brain, their heart, everything that they're experiencing, not leaving anything out. It feels holistic, it feels natural, it feels really effortless working with clients in this way. And it's really difficult to answer this because it's not a technique, it's not even tools, it's not a technique, it's how I'm living, it's how I'm showing up, having come home to me. And I'm then able to give that presence to others, opening them up to a world that you don't even know that's there, without looking at root causes or trying to pinpoint an exact thing. It almost seems like magic the way that it works. It's going through this journey yourself so that you're being in a way that you'll show up with your clients. And I know that it probably sounds like I'm talking in riddles. It's integrating every single part of you. It feels like a complete experience. It's not like when you go to the doctors and if you've got a problem with your foot, they'll send you to one consultant. If something's to do with, I don't know, your left arm, they'll send you here and then you've got the dentist. It's like you come here. It doesn't matter what's showing up in your life, what area, what it is, how long it's been there for. You're going to see someone who can treat the whole of you, but you're with someone who sees and embraces all of who they are. And they work with you and be with you to embrace all of who you are. And it's just something that you have to experience.
Can you explain the best you can, what is Wholality?
Before I would have said, it's what I'm going to study so that I can feel more whole. I can understand myself and life and different things in a certain way. I would have said it's a thing, it's a technique. And that was before I knew anything about Wholality. Now, I feel that Wholality isn't a technique, it's not a thing, it's a name that's been given to something that can be used to convey who I am, how I live, how I experience, why I work the way that I do. It's a way to understand where suffering comes from. It's a way of understanding where peace of mind and fulfillment come from. It's a way of living, it's a way of being. It's a journey back to yourself. It's not in the words, it's not in the name or the term Wholality. I liken it to a manual I wish I'd been given at birth to show how my mind works, how my brain works, how my heart works, what sensations are, what are feelings, what are thoughts. It's an understanding. It's an understanding for me. What's just short of is Wholality for me is the way home. It's a way of empowering yourself. It's a way of coming back home. And it's all in one place. I feel it gives me the understanding that other understandings, other ways of being, information, never quite gave me the complete picture. Wholality for me has answered all of my questions. So you live from your heart in this place of love. It just opens your heart. It's brought everything I've ever studied together. It's touched on it, it's wrapped it all up, and it's allowed me to experience it from that place. And wholality is what has bridged this. It's brought the spiritual and the physical together for me, and it allows me to be all of me in all my glory and messiness as a human. It's what I've been looking for. And ultimately it's leading you back to you. It's just beautiful. If I had to talk about what's different about wholality doesn't exclude anything. It's very inclusive. With wholality, the difference is it doesn't matter if I'm vegan, it doesn't matter if I'm carnivore, it doesn't matter if I stand on my head or if I meditate. It doesn't matter what beliefs I might have. Wholality has nothing to do with my own personal beliefs. It doesn't feel like anything's off limits with wholality. I can still be the religion that I am. I can still eat what I want. I can still have the pastimes that I want. I can still hang out with whoever I want. I can use any healing modality or training that I've had in my career with clients. I don't have to suddenly drop everything because I'm now a wholality facilitator. I don't have to do that. Wholality is as well as, it includes everything. It's just so freeing because I don't have to give anything up. Apart from beliefs that don't personally serve me, there's nothing else that I have to give up. I don't have to stop being me. If anything, I'm finally being all of me. And it's allowing me to see, what do I want to keep in my life and what don't I, from my own personal preference, and to embrace the whole of your experience, the whole of you being human. So it's not just about, okay, let's live as a spiritual being in a physical body and all about hair upwards. It embraces the physical. That for me is the biggest thing. It doesn't negate my physical experience. It doesn't negate the physical body. When I'm just feeling what it feels like to be human, and I feel some kind of suffering, I want to be able to feel that. I know it's okay for me to feel that, and not that I've failed or I've done something wrong, or spiritually I should be above that. I want to feel the amazing experiences I have when I meditate. I want to feel the connection when my son gives me a cuddle. I want to feel all of that. But to do that, I've got to have the human experience. And wholality is what has bridged this. It's brought the spiritual and the physical together for me. And it allows me to be all of me in all my glory and messiness as a human. And it stopped me feeling weak and insecure, and that the physical is something to push away. And this is actually what's had the impact in my own life and with clients, because I embrace the humanness, I embrace all of them, and that allows them to move forward in the way that they do. So for me, wholality is being all of me that you see with your physical senses, all of me that you sense with your non-physical senses, your sixth sense and beyond. It's not just living, knowing I'm a soul or a spiritual being and hankering after enlightenment experiences. It's really digging this human experience and seeing how amazing it really is. And that for me is, that's wholality for me. It would really be remiss of me if I didn't mention the part that Rudy and Jules have played in my journey with wholality. I've attended numerous courses. I've seen coaches, therapists, all sorts, and obviously that's the profession I'm in now. And what I've experienced with Rudy and Jules is how real they are, in the sense, whatever they're feeling, they show up. They're real, they're authentic. You see the real person. You don't see Rudy and Jules, the coach or the business person. You see the real, the human in all of their glory, warts and all. You see it all. for me, what that's done is it's given me permission to be me, because you worry about how you might be seen or perceived. And with Reading George, you don't get that. You get the real them. And what that does is that opens your heart. It's really cracked my heart open. It's allowed me to be more vulnerable. And they give you a beautiful gift because they're real. They've allowed me to be real. And I know I'm not the only one who would say that. You see their humanness, and it allows you to be human. It allows you to be all of you. And it allows you to embrace every part, whether you feel vulnerable, you feel weak, you feel scared. They help you see that however you show up, you're okay. And the tireless way that they keep working, they help so many people. They do so much good selflessly. It just humbles me to be in their lives, to be part of this, and to experience their love, their passion, everything that they do and go through to ensure that they can help and support other people, help anyone who's suffering, and to make a difference. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they have the energy or the time, any of that, to do what they do. But they are just the most loving, unconditional beings I've honestly had the privilege to come across. And they're just beautiful souls. And I'm just so grateful that I've had the opportunity to learn alongside them, from them, and be with them, and to experience their energy. It changes you. It really, really does. Just thank you to both of you. You're such beautiful souls.
Before Wholality, whether your self-love is a number?
Maybe 2.
And now?
Just off the scale. Well above 10. I don't even question it.
For you working with people, the results you're getting before Wholality?
It's about 5.5.
And now?
Definitely above 10. But it's more than that. I don't even have any doubts. I know what I do is making a difference. I know it's impacting, and when I speak to someone, I know I can help them. Whereas before, I hoped I could help them. Now I know I can help them. And that's coming from a very unconditional place where it's about how I can serve the other person. I would say it was a 1 before. A lot of masking going on, but it was a 1.
And what about now?
Just off the charts. It's definitely off the charts now. My mantra is easy, effortless and fun. That's how I see life. Even the difficult situations, they don't faze me. They really don't. I just see it as it's all part of my experience. It just feels like the sting has been taken out. We can all get caught up in fear and worry about, can we afford it? Is it something that we should do? I'm not going to say the cliche of you can't afford not to, but you'll know if you have been led here, if something is moving you and it feels right for you. Here, it may not make sense, but here, you know, if you're getting a yes, see what it could start to show you, see what it could unfold in your life, see where you could be a few months, a year from now, and how you will change. And once you change, once your life looks different, once you're living from a different place, everything starts to fall into place. It's a huge transformation. It's not even a life change. It's you coming back to you, and maybe for the first time in your life, seeing who you really are, living from that place, not from lack, not from scarcity, not worrying about things and being afraid. The question here is not, do I have the money? Or can I afford it? Or should I do it? Just sit, take a deep breath, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart. And just ask. and you'll know. Just ask, and you'll have an answer from within. But you have to take that first action. You have to love yourself enough to know, almost without knowing, like I did. I knew I had to do it. I didn't know why. I had no expectations. I just knew. If you just know, but logically it may not make sense, this isn't about logic. All of you is guiding you. And I would say do it. Go for it. What it will do for you, I don't even know the words for what it will do for you. I know for me, I'm not searching anymore. I'm not searching. I'm not surviving. I'm living. And it's just a beautiful gift you can give yourself.